Heya, we're Cozzy and Mitcho. Last week we walked away from everyone and everything we love to embark on an adventure of a lifetime, sailing our catamaran Ocean Lady up the west coast of Oz. We're thrilled to be living our best life, sailing ocean life. So welcome aboard our soul. Our adventures had a rocky start, maybe a bad choice of words considering, but more about that later. Our depth finder was not displaying correctly. That didn't spoil our first 3 days. They consisted of dreamy, sunny sailing and breathtaking sunsets, followed by calm, peaceful nights. We saw green islands ahead and were excited to anchor overnight to explore the beautiful beaches and amazing underwater life.
I don't know if you can see up in the distance, there's an island up there called Green Island, and we're heading up there. So we've got a really beautiful wind today, really flat seas. We're inside the reef, so it's lovely. Little dinghies, first time we've towed this little dinghy, and this one tows really well. It's very lightweight. I don't like to tow dinghies if I can get away with it, but this one is towing really well so far. I'm really impressed with that part of it. So we'll see how it goes.
Green Islands. It's pretty green, you can tell why they get their name.
And then this happened.
Oh my goodness, we've just hit a bombie. I can't believe it. Mitcho's just motoring around to find somewhere shallow that we can anchor and assess the damage. He's going to stick his wetsuit on and just take a dive in, but oh my goodness. Very annoyed. Our plan of attack is we've anchored and we're going to, Mitcho's going to go and he's got his wetsuit on. It's just so frustrating and annoying that we may need to pretty much just sail straight to Jurien and get her lifted and get that bottom fixed. Hopefully it's tiny. Bummer! Bummer.
We're in Cervantes at last. We got here after a bit of a side trip and mishap. We were intending on anchoring at Green Island for the night, and we didn't like the first 2 spots, and then we went to check out this 3rd spot, and we were going through a little spot that said it was between 2 and 5 metres, which is plenty for us considering we only draw 0.9 of a metre, and there must have been one rock sticking out, no other rocks anywhere else to be seen, and we hit it. And anyway, it's put a little hole in our keel, and it's on the starboard side, and it's got a little bit of water coming in it, but I put a plug in it, went under and put a plug in it, and so it stopped 95% of the, I mean, it stopped it all pretty much.
Pretty much.
And there was very little to start with anyway, but because the water tank was full, it's just a tiny bit of water coming in is just making the water tank overflow a tiny bit. But
anyway, we've got it booked in to be taken out tomorrow. We're going to fix the bottom.
Yeah, fix the hole, fix the little hole, pull the plug out, drain the tanks out of the water that was in there, and fiberglass them up.
So we're going to get our depth finder fixed because, obviously that wouldn't have happened if we had a depth finder.
Yeah, so we've been using the Navionics program mainly, and the GPS, and the one that's built into our boat systems, but they're just not. I mean, they're reasonably accurate, but they just don't show you those other things like that. For instance, where we've just anchored now, it's about 3 meters deep, three and a little bit meters deep, but it says it's less than 1 meter. So anyway, so you can't rely on that. So that's why you need to have your depth sounder working properly.
Oh, I can't thank the marine safety people enough. Jurien Bay, Fiona and Jan pretty much worried about us all day, which was absolutely gorgeous, and they've just followed up with another call to check that we're okay and that have we anchored safely, and we will ring them and radio in first thing in the morning to let them know when we're leaving, and hopefully we will arrive safely into Jurien Bay, where we have booked her in to be lifted at 12. So what we think's happened is the hole has caused a bit of pressure on the floor in our galley here, which has caused some cracks, and the water's just seeping through them, so it's not ideal, and it's probably the most scariest thing I've had to deal with. We are still 5 hours away from Jurien Bay, where she's getting lifted and fixed, so we're not through. Seriously stressful. Well, I am very relieved, to say the least, to be arriving. We are so lucky. And hardcore sailors now. Pretty happy to see you, Robbie.
Okay.
Far out.
Good one. It happens.
How the hell did we travel another 40 nautical miles in that?
A wise friend of ours once said, there are two types of sailors, the ones that have run aground, hit a reef and admit to it, and those that don't. So I guess we're the former. As you know, our transducer failed minutes into us setting sail. In hindsight, we should have turned around and fixed the depth error. However, we didn't, and it is what it is. At the end of the day, anyone can hit a rock. Believe me, it's not hard. The WA coast is notoriously brutal and rocky, but the quick thinking and ingenuity of Mitcho to remember we had a number of plugs on board for this very reason, and to smash one so strongly into the hole no water could get in, was what saved our lives and allowed us to sail the 40 nautical miles to safety. Go Mitcho!
We're the luckiest people on the planet right now. We are on dry ground, and with the size of that hole, we are really lucky that we and the boat survived. That is massive. taking advantage of the chili con carne that I made the other night. We're having it again for lunch today. So, but we're going to do a little bit of a mix-up today. We're going to have them in these little tortilla bowls here. So what I've got is I've brought on board these little shells or molds, I suppose, and they go in the oven, and then as they get a little bit crispy, you can just take them out of the actual mold and pop them back in another 5 minutes just to get this bottom crispied up a bit, and you can go in there, and then the chili con carne you can put anything in, like grated carrot, mushrooms, any sort of veggies. Ah, brilliant. Yeah, well, Mitch is fixing the transducer and putting together this little lunch. You gotta like load the fork.
Wow. Oh wow. That's so good.
Join us next week as we take you on a tour of Jurien Bay. Watch as Ben, our gun fiberglasser, fixes Ocean Lady better than before, and come with us as we set sail, finally, to more adventures ahead. Thanks for watching. Cosy and Mitcho.